Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Darksiders. I'm your host, VGMKoren, and we're not in the tunnel right now. No, as you may have noticed, I left the tunnel and came back here. Partially because this is where the game put me, and, a little bit because, well, there was a treasure chest that we missed. This is Carnage. Basically what Carnage does is it's twofold. First, any weapon that it's equipped to can now gather Chaos, which is usually limited only to War's Chaos Eater Sword. Second, if you equip it to War's Chaos Eater Sword, he gathers Chaos that much more quickly. So if you really like War's Chaos Sword, or Chaos Form, and want to use it more, drop down to the abyss through the wall. If you want to use War's Chaos Form more often, that is the enhancement for you. Anyways, I'm going to get us back in the tunnel now. So here we are once again, back inside the tunnel. What could be on the other side? Is it treasure? Is it awesome things? Is it just, so much treasure? I really want some treasure. No! Instead, it's a puzzle that might take you a minute to figure out the first time you come through here. Alright, so you want to throw those at all three of them, and then sprint your little warness across that jump rope before they grab you and spit you into the abyss below. That puzzle can actually be quite frustrating because, as you may have noticed, when the crossblade is flying around like that, the camera likes to focus on it, which makes looking at the ground and seeing if you're about to run off the edge really, really difficult. So that's something to be aware of. In any case, we are making our way in great time, and hey look, there's already another Vulgrim location. This is why I say that the one back in the wherever it was, the dry road, isn't that important, because you're gonna get one right here, which is only a couple of feet away. But this is the Ashlands. So, yeah, I'm just gonna let you meet its biggest denizen, that gigantic worm, and it wouldn't be a proper LP if I didn't run over there and jump in the sand and run around in it a little bit to attract his attention and show him off. So, oh no, there he is, he's big. Okay, we're getting out of the sand. Those things terrify me for no exceptionally good reason. Alright, so, the time slow mechanic. Oh, this doesn't feel right. This feels wrong. Wow, that's a really weird animation for that. Oh god.
Samael wasn't kidding about those worms, and the Stygian's supposed to be the mean one.
So that is the mechanic of this area, slowing down time to do very time-heavy puzzles. And I suppose I should say this now. Welcome to the third dungeon. That's right. The third dungeon is not inside a tomb or a subway or even in a building at all. The third dungeon of Darksiders is outside in the desert. I really kind of love that mechanic of the game. It's very unique and probably the only unique dungeon that Darksiders really has. I mean, its dungeons aren't rip-offs, obviously, but they aren't particularly unique or interesting, and this one is, because you do a lot of outside puzzles, and, yeah. The first time I came through here, I didn't even think that I was going through a dungeon. I was like, well, where was the third dungeon in the game? And then, as I was thinking about it, I was like, wait, puzzles, new mechanics, an item, that was the third dungeon. And it just kind of shocked me, and I kind of loved it for that, because who really expects the desert area to be the dungeon itself? I mean, usually you do expect a gigantic desert area to hate yourself on in Zelda-type games, because who likes desert areas anyway? I mean, if you like desert areas or water areas, you're a little crazy. A little crazy for my tastes. But that's near here or now, and here we have another variation of four-winged bats. Electric four-winged bug bats. These ones shoot lightning at you. And I guess that's something. You might notice here that I'm kind of abusing War's invincibility frames, because that's what you have while you're in the middle of doing executions. You cannot be hurt. Actually, that's reminiscent of Ninja Gaiden with its obliteration techniques. which you can't be hurt while doing those either. I don't know if there's a single thing that Darksiders does that's unique on its own. Well, aside from this dungeon. That's why I love this area. This is, like, one... I hate to keep saying it, but this is one of my favorite areas in the game. So here we're going to get into the main mechanic of the first half of the dungeon. It mainly involves saw blades. Spinning, scary saw blades. Right now they're not spinning, but they will. Oh, they will. So, as you can see, the idea here is to get on top of the roof and drop down and then crank this crank. And that's all pretty easy while nothing's moving and threatening to cut off your various organs and limbs. Cut off your organs. I don't know. I don't think about the things I say before I say them. I just say them. You know that by now. If you want to gain some extra time in the desert, the best thing to do is double jump and shadow flight. That will get you a little bit farther, and if you're running low on your slow time, that's the best way to do it. You really shouldn't have trouble, but, you know, it'll be okay. It'll be okay. So, what else can I show off here? I think we're about to get involved in a scrap with some demons. Yes, we are. Oh, God! Well, we were gonna fight 5, but the giant sandworm decided that he wanted to eat some because, you know, fertile with death and all that. But I mean, I guess if you're causing death, it's even better. I mean, remember, this place is fertile with death. I'm not letting that go. Oh god, oh god. That thing's only slightly terrifying. It's like a snake and a worm and awful. Just everything about it is awful. And those demons are gonna, you know, grind down that rope, slide down that rope, hang on to the rope, and... What is the proper term for that? Tell me in the comments below. Improve my English once again. Hey, you'll benefit in the long run. Yeah. Alright, so air combos. Once again, I feel like I haven't given air combos their due credit in this game. I mean, they're not terrible, they're just... There's not a whole lot of reason to use them since they don't actually get you out of most attacks. And you don't get very high, and that guy is just kind of spazzing out on that rock there, so let's put him out of his misery by chopping his legs off. That's how war puts people out of misery. There is something over to the left there. I'm aware of it, but we can't do anything with it yet, so I'll show it later. Okay, so here we are at another one of these things, and you might notice, hey, that's spinning. That's right, it is. And we're going to get into what makes this dungeon such a timing-based puzzle, and kind of crazy, kind of fun, kind of obnoxious. You know, just like any good puzzle. We need to travel across that roof. Obviously that's not going to happen without slowing time. Obviously that's not going to happen with my aim being what it is. Oh, and some practice recordings, I was reminded just how bad I am at, like, aiming things in this game. It's kind of terrible. Hey, let's poke this guy while we've slowed time. That would just be the worst if someone was running around in slow time and came up and killed you from behind. I wouldn't like that at all. Alright, so this place has a lot of demons in it, so let's punch them. Knocking people off the edge here is an instant kill, so do that whenever you can if you feel like making the combat take a little bit less time. And there's nothing we can do in this tower yet, so we're just going to move on to the next one, which, as you might notice, is using a shadow flight. Now there's a big red crystal there, and that's probably going to do something for us. But what could it be? Well, you're just going to have to find out, along with me. Oh, whatever, you can bleed out there. I don't care about you enough. Oh, so we have a bunch of demons, and the bunch of demons. What would this game be without some wave-based combat? So let's see. Is there anything? There's a bomb here, so let's be awesome. Let's activate the bomb and make an explosion, or two, apparently, while we're doing a combo and knock people into the pole. Yeah, it's the best combo Any combo that involves a copious amounts of explosion is probably the best combo ever. I was gonna hit people with my giant chaos sword, but they all died when I just plain transformed. You can still take chaos damage while you're in chaos form, I think, from certain enemies. I don't think the little guys can hurt you that much. But that's beside the point. This switch, like all the other switches, will... Why are there more enemies spawning if the wall went down? That's kind of weird. Like, the wall's not there anymore, but the game is making us fight more enemies, so... That's a strange one. Anyways, that switch will lower that time gate, which would let us get on the ceiling, except for the fact that, well, there's a giant red crystal wall in the way. So, what are we gonna do? Well, it involves a bomb aim. My god, my aim is bad this episode. I'm sorry. And time slowing. So, because bombs have a very short life before they explode, what you want to do is activate slow time and throw the bomb so that... Oh, and then don't look at the explosion because that makes you that much cooler. Just like all of the, you know, crime drama TV show us. And explode that. Like I said, this dungeon is very heavily time-based and kind of reminds me of puzzles like the Water Temple in Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time or other such games where you don't really have a particularly hard puzzle to do, but it's made hard by the fact that you have to do it perfectly. So that's what's going on here. Now then, time for the rest of this puzzle, which is, well, just the same as before. We want to slow time. Oh, I'm not going to make this. I am not going to make this at all. Okay, I think I still should have enough time to get across, maybe. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay. Oh, that could have gone a lot worse. That could have involved cutting and losing life and all of those good fun things. Now, before I forget, there is a treasure chest over here, and what does it contain? It's a life essence, which is in another bottle. So that's like 4 or 5 bottles for us now. Not bad. I think you're going to have a total of 8 bottles in this game, which, quite obviously, is a lot of bottling. So, if you remember, I said that we couldn't do anything with the tower a couple of minutes ago. Now we've lowered that switch, we can now do something with the tower. What, you may ask? Well, the same thing you've been doing. This is the only thing I don't like about this dungeon. It reuses this mechanic over and over, and wow. Once again, just climbing up into spikes because I'm awesome. Oh, no. Well, 1 second. Alright, War versus the Ceiling fans, round 2. I don't remember what I was saying about... Oh wait, yes I do. I don't like this the only thing I can really complain about this area is it uses that mechanic too many times over. Like, that's like the 4th or 5th time we've done that now. It kind of feels like it should be done. Thankfully, it is done. By turning this switch, we stop the drill and lift it. And now there's a giant hole. And if you're thinking, well, you know, the best thing to do with a giant drill and a giant hole is to jump down them, you're right. That is exactly what you should do. There's a blue spiky thing up there. We can't do anything with that yet. There are a lot of things we can't do anything with yet. So, let's jump down here and immediately double jump. For fun, I guess. Oh! That. I think it was for that. I think the way you get that is by double jumping when you get into this area and gliding over to it. But I could be wrong, so don't quote me on that. I'm just not entirely sure how to get it. Sorry about that. And this room has a lot of those guys. I don't like it. Those enemies remind me of the... I mean, Master Hands, enemies from Half-Life. Pretty much anything that, you know, reaches down from the ceiling and grabs you, I can't stand it. I hate it. I hate it so much. It creeps me out. And I don't know why. I hate them. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to blast your way through that crystal and sprint for your life across this field. You want to get in there, but there are two of those things guarding it. Those pull you into the ceiling and eat you. And immediately activate the one on the other side, grab the bomb, and throw it into that cluster. Let's just watch the slow motion explosion happen. I mean, it won't be slow motion by the time that... No, this is just slow motion. Oh, that's a bad one. I'm sorry. And apparently there were some fallen angels just waiting on the other side and being like, okay, if he caves in the ceiling, we are totally... No! I hate it. I hate it so much. With all of my hate. I can't stand it. Okay! So now that you've discovered one of my gigantic fears... Oh, let's kill some fallen, rotting, corpsey angels. Angels are a little bit different in that they have to hit the ground for you to be able to execute them. Which means that if you see them trying to hit the ground, then you might want to let them do that, that way you can execute them. But if they haven't reached the damage threshold, then you can't execute them. And if they get back up, you can't execute them. But that being said, it's really not that hard to be specific. And I forgot to show off our new Blade Geyser, which now shoots a little bit of a wave of blades. Kinda cool. Not the most impressive magic, because, well, it's not. But still kinda cool. And here we have a Lifestone Shard. That means we are one closer to getting another Lifestone. I feel like I should have gotten an R1 already. Comment below, did I walk straight past a treasure chest earlier? I hope not. That would be bad. Oh hey, a treasure chest! I was distracted by the treasure. All I wanted was the souls that were in this box. I couldn't get them. Oh, I can't stand it. I do feel like I've missed the Lifestone Shard somewhere back there. Comment below if you saw a treasure chest. I'll go back and get it maybe. Maybe not. We should be fine. And here we have an underwater section of a desert dungeon. What? But like I said, this area is just very different and probably the most unique thing Darksiders brings to its table. So, yeah, it's kind of cool. And we've made it back to the surface where there is much less water. And let's go ahead and get in here. And immediately, the moment we enter, have we seen that guy before? I feel like we have, but maybe we have. I think we've seen the Ice Knight variant. In any case, like Samael was saying, demons here fight in tournaments because that's what demons do. They fight each other, they make other things fight each other, and... Destroy this fool! This guy's voice acting is great. It says, "Oh, I'm a big demon." Obviously, I would never be hired as a voice actor. Let's go ahead and... Man, these guys just... They are not happy that I found their fight club. They're just like, who invited war? He's war. No one's gonna beat war in terms of fighting. And they're right. You have to kill all of them. End their fight club for good and without any twists where you turn out to be the... Well, you know what? For the people that haven't seen Fight Club, I'll just stop right there. I don't know. Is that spoiler effect still there? Oh well, whatever. I won't do it. So here we have a more typical section of a dungeon. You're inside, you're killing demons, you're punching treasure chests in their face. I feel like I probably should have waited on grabbing the life until I fought this big guy. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling that was the wrong choice. Oh wow. These guys just are not nice. I mean, what's wrong with me being strong? Wow, that guy did not like the damage I did to him. And apparently the camera is just going to jerk around to where we can't see him die. I'm sure we'll find another one of his kind. Don't worry about it. There will be more. There are always more demons. I mean, really, is there a demon we haven't seen like 100 times yet? Well, maybe not these guys. We just recently got into contact with these guys. Oh, I'm pressing the wrong button to block. Wow. Go me. Well, now I've taken it. I took more damage from regular enemies than the mini-boss guy. I'm a winner. Okay, so she's dead. Let's pull her apart and make on with our merry way into this dungeon. But you know what? It is getting to the point where War is all tired out from time travel or something, which is my really lame way of saying that if you want to see what kind of weapons these demons are using in their tournament, then I'm just going to have to see you in the next one.